Okay, so let's talk about that scene in Multiverse of Madness that everybody's getting pissed off about for some reason. Well, not everybody. A lot of people do understand it. So before we get into this, spoilers ahead for Multiverse of Madness. If you have not watched this movie, go ahead and click off and come back to the video. Give it a like so you remember to watch it again. Make sure you're subscribed, turn that notification bell on, and let's get into it. So spoilers ahead, as I said already, and let's just get right into it right now. So if you are still here, you read the title, I gave you the spoiler warning, it's been 30 seconds, you're still here, don't complain in the comments about spoilers. Let's go. So the Illuminati versus Scarlet Witch, what just happened? Why did that happen? How is that possible? Some people asked. Isn't there a logical reasoning that this shouldn't have happened? And the truth is, there is a logical reason this did happen, and let's get right into that. So Reed Richards, if you know Reed Richards, you know that he is the smartest man alive. And if you know anything about people who believe they are the smartest person in the whole room, then you know that sometimes arrogance can get in the way and they overlook minuscule things because they have this sort of high superiority that they are the most intelligent person and that nothing can really get in their way. So I think that this was very much so shown, especially when they were dealing with Strange and they called Wanda a little witch, and they pretty much just said that they can handle anything and that they were more worried about Strange than they were Wanda. So I think this pretty much showed that they were going to treat this Wanda threat as a minuscule thing. And I think their Wanda, especially given what they have with their Wanda, they really didn't see Wanda as a threat either. And I don't think that they really truly grasped the true power of the Darkhold when their Strange used it, and pretty much were just like, well, we could handle him when he used it, and he was very much so the Sorcerer Supreme. We could handle Wanda. I don't think that they knew about the Scarlet Witch or anything like that. So I think that once they actually were in combat with her, they really truly saw what she was, but it was too late. They were all dead by that point. I think when they first got introduced to them as well, we know that the heroes always like to talk down the villain and try to not have a conflict on their hands, which is pretty much always like ridiculed. It happens in every comic book movie, by the way, where the villain is always just standing there and the hero could easily take the villain down, but they just have to keep on the talking, right? The banter. And I think that's very much so in the character of Reed Richards, somebody who believes they are the very best and they're in the Illuminati and all of this. It gets to their heads. I think only Xavier up until that point really truly understood because he saw in Doctor Strange's mind probably. So I think that the rest of the Illuminati was very much so too arrogant for their own good, and that's exactly what caused their demise. Black Bolt could have easily taken out Wanda. He knew what a threat she was, but he didn't because he just was there standing smiling for some reason, just there looking like he was some bamf. So pretty much we see that this is what happened here. Reed should have never exposed what Black Bolt was going to do, but I think he was at the same time so confident in themselves, and they were pretty much thinking, well, we can bring her down and all of this. And this moral superiority that the Illuminati does have in the comics as well was always their downfall, and it was always going to be their downfall, and we saw it unfold here. And yep, this is exactly what we saw. The rest of the members, I think, were too much in shock to even realize what was happening. So yeah, I think that's exactly what we saw unfold here, which was sadly the Illuminati's demise was because of them opening their mouth and being arrogant. Well, one didn't open their mouth, right? So I don't know why people trip so much about this when we know these are just variants, and I don't think these were very much so good variants because look at what happened to them by the end of it all. They didn't treat it as a threat because they felt superior to all threats at this point, because they felt taking Thanos down was the biggest thing, when in fact they should have known that there were going to be more threats and should have treated everything the same. And for somebody who feels very smart, why would you even judge the same Doctor Strange the way you judged yours, right? I think that was such a stupid thing for them to do as well, but I think it goes back to their characters, that they felt like if they were able to do all that they did, that there was nothing for them to like nothing could stand in their way, which was pretty much what happened with them. They were feeling all this like confidence until there wasn't that confidence anymore. So yeah, like I said, I don't think that the scene is stupid. I don't think that it really was dumbed down or Wanda was too OP for any of that. I think they really could have taken Wanda down, especially knowing they had the Book of Vishanti, but just because Strange was there, they didn't want to really listen to what he had to say about the way to defeat it, because they felt that Strange was sort of this person that never knew what they were supposed to do, and they didn't want to trust him, even though, like I said, it still wasn't their Strange. And yeah, I think that's what made them really like fall by the end of it, and I don't know why people get mad about this scene. It makes total sense why they would be able to go down. I think also something people talk about is how was Captain Marvel like crushed by a statue. Well, if you look at the scene again, you see while they were battling with the energy forces and they're just like swirling in the air, Wanda is sort of like sucking her powers out, and you see her mask like disappear and some of her other armor. I think that pretty much just tells you her powers are gone. So of course, once she's delegated back to a normal human, she would not be able to withstand that blow. So yeah, that made sense in my opinion. I think also the fact that people said that how was Reed Richards be able to be taken down so easily, you got to put into the fact that he just saw Black Bolt pretty much just be like obliterated right in front of his eyes. Somebody who they all up until that point viewed as sort of one of the strongest characters there is, because he is one of the strongest characters, and he was taken down so easily. I think they all pretty much had that fear in their mind. So yeah, like I said, the scene made perfect sense, and it just definitely went to show that even if you're the smartest person ever, if that arrogance is still there, you're never gonna make it anywhere. I mean, it's just logical to think that they wouldn't have done anything, especially compared to what happened, right? So let me know your thoughts and opinions on it down below. I'm very curious to know what you think about this, about the scene and everything. I'm open for discussions. I enjoyed the movie, by the way, if you don't know already, and I definitely don't see many of the problems that people have with it, because to me they weren't really problems or anything like that. I don't say it's a perfect movie, but it's definitely one of the MCU's best movies, and I'm excited to see what comes next. I like the direction they went with this. Horror definitely was the correct way to approach this title, and I'm excited to see what they have next. I love Sam Raimi-ness in it as well, and yeah, I thought it was good, and I'm excited to see it again. I've seen it twice already, and we'll definitely check it out a couple more times, maybe when it comes out on digital or physical. And yeah, let me know what you think about it down below. I have some more videos coming out this week for it. And FYI, I don't think Reed Richards should be played by John Krasinski, but that's a whole nother video. So stay tuned for that. But as always, that's going to do it for me. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. We are on the road to 21,000 subscribers. We are less than 300 away, so super excited for that. 25,000 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway, so tune into that. But as always, check out the video on the left. Make sure you follow me on social media. Culture Elixir is the name. And I'll see you all next time. As always, stay safe, stay positive, my friends.